Hi, I'm Jeff Haynes, editor of Tech Bargains, and today we're bringing you the video review of the Y560d 3D laptop by Lenovo. Some laptops are designed for portability, others are designed for functionality or affordability, but the Y560d was designed to be a multimedia powerhouse from the ground up. In fact, the laptop hypes up its ability to display images and movies in 3D thanks to its tri-def technology and its inclusion of 3D passive glasses. However, 3D isn't the only trick up the Y560D's sleeve. The laptop is packed with power, which is only highlighted by a quick look at the specs of the system. Anchored by the Intel Core i7-720QM quad-core processor and 4 gigs of DDR3 high-frequency RAM, this laptop will fly through most applications, games, and media without pause. Our reviewer was also impressed by the inclusion of a 500GB hard drive that spun at 7200 RPM instead of the customary 5400 RPM that you find in most laptops. Pair this with an ATI Radeon HD5730 graphics card with a 1GB of video memory, and the Y560D won't be outdated for quite some time. Unlike other laptops, which may be restrained in color and low-key in profile, the Y560D is rather aggressive and bold in its approach. From the neo-tribal graphics that have been stamped on the cover to the high-gloss finish of the laptop, this is a system that will immediately make a statement wherever you go, whether you're in an airport or a coffee house. Clearly, breaking this out in a boardroom will give attendees a definite impression of your personality. Other distinct exterior features stood out on the Y560D. For example, the JBL speakers may seem small, but the looks are deceiving. These speakers can easily fill a room with clear sound, and when the volume was cranked up, distortion wasn't ever an issue. The trackpad stood out as well. We found that the pad had great size with excellent pinch-to-zoom support. The textured layout was also a particular favorite of our reviewer, and was rather responsive to commands. The Y560D displays HD content on the 15.6-inch LED screen in 720p instead of 1080p. It's also limited to a 1366 by 768 native resolution, but these restrictions are actually a good thing. They help to reduce the load on the GPU, which is extremely important because it has to work twice as hard whenever the Y560D actively displays video, gaming, or photos in 3D. However, the 3D experience was quite vibrant and striking given that it was coming from a laptop. As impressive as the 3D was, there were two issues that stood out with this laptop. First, the best angle to view 3D is pretty much tied to being directly in front of the laptop at eye level. Any significant tilting of your head up or down will eliminate the 3D effect entirely. Secondly, the system's hardware did take a hit during some 3D playback of games, particularly in the frame rate department. This was particularly noticeable with certain 3D games, as frame rates were often cut in half. Since there's no way to upgrade to a faster GPU because it's a laptop, this is an inconvenience that users will have to accept. Now curiously, while the Y560D places a lot of emphasis on 3D, whether that's games or movies, the system doesn't come packed with a Blu-ray drive, which is somewhat strange. With the explosion of 3D movies in theaters that are being transferred to Blu-ray to take advantage of 3D-enabled TVs, it would have seemed like a no-brainer to include a drive to take advantage of movies like Avatar, Clash of the Titans, or Monsters vs. Aliens in 3D. Additionally, with the emphasis on style and function, we would have expected backlit keys for the keyboard to help bring together the whole aggressive statement of the laptop itself. But then again, given the fact that the battery life seemed to be a bit light, or at least weaker than similarly equipped systems on the market, it's possible that including backlit keys would have drawn more power and reduced the battery life even further. Overall, we thought the Y560D was one of the best laptops that we've ever seen, and thanks to the quad-core support, it can handle most of the tasks that are thrown at it, whether that's gaming, multimedia, or day-to-day applications. Now, it will take a few hits if you're doing high-intensive 3D gaming, but that's to be expected. Unfortunately, that and the lack of proper Blu-ray support do kind of hinder the system. For those reasons, we decided to give it a 3.5 out of 5. For more on the latest products and more video reviews, be sure to check out techbargains.com.